Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to the EarthtonesGirl Channel. My name is Denise. I am so happy to be back here with you all. Today's Saturday, August 23rd, and I cannot believe my last episode was June maybe 15, 16. It has been forever since I've been here. It has been the fastest and busiest summer of my entire life. It is great in great ways, but oh my gosh, it's been unbelievable. But I'm so happy to be back here with you all. I really wanted to catch up and chat with you before September, because I feel like September 1st is sort of the unofficial start to fall, although we still have lots of warm days. But I really wanted to come back onto the channel today and catch up with you. And here I am. And as you can see, I'm in a different place today. I went to lunch. A friend invited me to lunch earlier. So I lost the light in my usual bedroom recording spot. But I thought this is nice too. This is really bright and festive. So we may be trading off on occasion. So it's the end of summer. Oh my gosh, my kids go back to school in less than 2 weeks. My son goes back in less than 2 weeks. My daughter in 3 weeks. And then we're in the swing of school. What on earth? I don't know. I don't know how we got here. I'm gonna take a deep breath. I'm gonna glance down at my notes and then start recapping for you. So, what did you do this summer? I published a book. My book came out, launched officially on August 12th, which is almost, it is 11 days ago. And wow, I don't have any words to describe this feeling. I think I'm going to be on this high for a really long time. The book is officially out in the world. If you ordered a copy from me, you should absolutely have it by now. I know there are 1 or 2 copies that are MIA. I think there's 2 copies and replacements have been sent. It has been such an experience learning all of this and figuring all of this out, but it's been an amazing experience. So did you hear that? That might have been my husband sneezing. I don't know if you heard that. It is Saturday, everyone is home, but again, determined to be here with you. So it's out, it is out, it is in the world. The reception has been amazing. I am beyond proud, beyond excited. Yeah, I think I'm also a little bit out of practice. I feel weird chatting right now, but it's all good. Just give me a minute. I will definitely get back into the swing. So, I mean, the bulk of the summer really has been, my kids were in camp off and on throughout the summer, and I was shipping orders. I had an unbelievable number of orders, and it was just, I'm blown away by the response. So there's a lot to talk about regarding the book and website and all of that and what happens now going forward. So if you purchased a copy from me on my website, that was a pre-order. So with permission from the publisher, I was able to start getting orders out a little bit early. So that was really helpful. If I had waited until the actual publication date, it would have just been, I'd be in a frantic frenzy trying to get orders out. So they were trickling out the door slowly, with everyone, again, with the exception of 1 or 2, having their orders by the 12th, which was the model for Amazon. So if you placed a pre-order with Amazon, you would have gotten your book on or before August 12th. So, yeah, so right now, orders are out. My website is currently out of stock. I did have some on reserve, but something very great and slightly inconvenient has happened. My book is now sold out. Oh my gosh, the first printing is sold out. So I've had a couple of messages from people in Canada as well as here saying that they've not received their pre-orders yet, or they've just placed an order and there are delays, or the online platform they ordered from is delayed. I think it's Chapters in Canada, and some people have ordered from Amazon. So if you did place an order and got either a cancellation notice or your order was not processed, I don't know how Amazon works. I don't know how Chapters works, but ultimately it is because I believe the reason is that the book is currently out of stock. So it is being reprinted. I know they're hoping for very early in September. I don't have an exact date. And if I did, I wouldn't want to give it just in case there's any glitches or anything. But the book is now in a second printing, so it's coming. I apologize for any delay or any inconvenience with any of these platforms that you've ordered from. I'm also then going to be on a bit of a delay. I wanted to have restock or be able to restock my shop the first week of September, but I have to wait as well. So that's actually really great and really exciting that so many people are interested and excited and are buying copies. It also means that for those that don't have a copy yet, you just have to wait a little bit longer. So thank you in advance for your patience. I really do appreciate it. What else? Note. So, and I've also gotten a lot of inquiries about wholesale for yarn shops or maybe small independent bookstores that are interested in purchasing a copy. I have a media kit available. I'm going to see if I can link it in the description box under this video. If I can't, then just feel free to email me. I will also try to put it on my website for people to click onto. I'll figure it out. But the point is, if you are interested in a wholesale order, send me an email and I will send you a copy of the media kit, and then you can order from the distributor, and all of the directions and everything are in that PDF. Okay. Oh my gosh, what else? What else housekeeping wise? I also wanted to say, so on my website, the draw of ordering from my website was getting your copy personalized with your name, and signed, obviously, by me. Many people did not leave a note when placing their order if they wanted a specific name. So there were one or two moments or one or two orders where maybe the wrong name might have been put on the order, or an inaccurate name, whatever, or maybe a slight misspelling. So I've been sending replacement book plates out to people. When you are placing your order, there is a note, a customer note field on the order form where you can put a message to me if you want a specific name or want it spelled a certain way, etc. So just let me know that, or send me an email. That way there isn't any glitches or delays in getting exactly what you have ordered and what you're looking for. So I just wanted to make a note of that. And I think housekeeping, book stuff, I think that's it. If there are any more questions about the book, please just leave a comment in the description under the video. I will be happy to answer you, or send me an email. I've been pretty good I'm right on top actually with replying to emails pretty quickly if people have questions. So fire away. I am more than happy to answer or to help any way that I can. Other housekeeping news, on my website, I have added an events page. So what that means, there is now a drop down. If you look across the top, there is one of the menu items is an events page. If you click on that, you will find out where I'm going to be doing a meet and greet or a book signing, or teaching an in-person class, or any upcoming events. There's also, what else is on that page? I've also added a CAL page. So if you go onto the website, there's more information there for you now. If you're looking for where I'm going to be. The next really big, I did an event over the summer at the Woolly Thistle, but I'll talk about that in a minute. And the next really big event is going to be Rhinebeck. I will be at Rhinebeck, but let's talk about that in a minute too. And you know what? Let's just keep going. So Rhinebeck is going to be October 18th and 19th. It's the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. That is the official name of it, but it has become known as Rhinebeck. That's its nickname now. So I will be signing books there with Merit Books. I don't know if they're still in the same location. If you look at a map of the fairgrounds or go on their website, they are, when you first enter the fairgrounds, their letter buildings, and I'll go over this a little bit more, but I'm going to be in one of those letter buildings, and it'll make more sense, and I'll explain more once we get closer to October. But that is the big event. I will be signing there. I will be on the fairgrounds. It's going to be a really fun weekend. I'm also trying to get to, I've done Indian Tangle, but I've never done CAKEpalooza. So for those of you, I don't know that much about that event, but I do plan on attending this year if I can still get a ticket. I may be a little bit late. And those satellite events, as I call them, usually happen on Friday, the Friday before Rhinebeck. So I will add to all of that information. All of this information will be on the events page, so I will let everybody know where I am. So stay tuned for that. So I think that's it in terms of housekeeping. There hasn't been a tremendous amount of knitting. I'm actually working on samples. So let's just pause for a sec and let's talk about some actual knitting because I miss talking about that. So be right back. Another thing that I'm going to be doing, because I've gotten some messages about this later too. So forgive all of the little speed bumps in this process. This is my first rodeo, literally. So I know some people have asked me if the book they like to catalog their patterns and their projects on Ravelry. So I don't believe right now that the book is up on Ravelry. To be honest with you, I didn't even think to add it. I'm being 100% honest. So I'm going to be adding that. So again, today's Saturday. Probably by Monday, I will try to get some pictures up and get the book up on Ravelry. So if anybody is using the patterns in the book, etc., they can now link it to there. So stay tuned for that. I'm working on that as well. I am a one-man band here, everybody. It's so interesting. I've been doing a lot of networking with other business owners, other yarn shops, other designers, other authors, and it's amazing how much there is to do behind the scenes. So just be patient with me. I'm getting it done as quickly as I possibly can. I would love to have an assistant, but that's a little out of my price range right now. So it will all get done. And if there's somewhere that I've missed or something that I've missed, send me an email. You know, just, hey, Denise, would you mind adding, or did you think to do this, or is this an option? Just let me know, and I will see what I can do to get it done or do research on it and figure it out. So, oh my goodness. Okay. Is that all the housekeeping? Going over my notes, wholesale, the website, talked about the events page. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's see some knitting. If I look, I feel like I'm getting a little schwitzy. It's a little warm today. It's been so chilly here in New York the last couple of days. It's been a little bit cool. Like I've actually been wearing sweatshirts in the morning when I walk the dog, but I'm now sitting by my window in the dining room here and I'm getting a little hot. So the last time I was here, I was working on a pair of socks and they are now finished. Ta-da! Look at these beauties. Oh my goodness. Yes, they are fraternal. Look at that. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. So these are, and I noticed the light shifts again. Got to figure that out on my camera. I'm going to figure that out too, everybody. So this colorway is called Scrappy Quilt, and this is by Tiny Human Knits, and it is just, look at that. It's just perfection. It's just so beautiful. And in the original Instagram post, when I saw this colorway, Laura, who is the brilliant designer, or the brilliant dyer behind Tiny Human Knits, she did them as fraternal twins. So she started the stripes in different spots in the skein. So I did the same thing because it's Scrappy. So it just seemed right that they would be Scrappy and fraternal, and here they are. And this is my Alacrity Socks pattern. So it has the garter stitch heel flap and then a square heel turn. And I did the heel turn in stockinette. The pattern, okay, there you go, there you can see it. The pattern has a garter stitch option or a stockinette option. So I just went with stockinette because, I don't know, I felt like it. And rounded toe. So here they are. I love them so much. I think these colors are so beautiful. Laura is an amazing, amazing designer. I will link to her in the description box. Unfortunately, because of certain circumstances going on right now, she has suspended shipping to the US. I am hoping, she's hoping, a lot of people are hoping that things shift and change and she will be able to resume shipping here, but I will still link to her and we'll see what happens. Anyway. So yes, here are my socks. Love them, love them, love them. And I finished these a while ago. Again, there was, I couldn't believe how many orders and how time consuming that is. And I mean that in a good way, just how long it takes to package up your orders and write the book plates and do all the signing and everything. It was such a pleasure. I enjoyed, honestly, I really, really did enjoy it, but I also let out a deep sigh of relief when the last order went out the door. My daughter and my neighbor's son were helping me load the car and then get the bins at the post office and load the bins. We were a production. It was definitely, there was a lot going on here. So there wasn't a tremendous amount of time to knit, and I wanted to rest my hands, to be honest, because I don't know why, but it was really tiring, like folding the boxes and taping and everything. So I really wanted to let my hands rest, but I did complete another pair. Ta-da! So these are my helical shorties, and this pattern, this is a new pattern in the book. This pattern is the Helical Socks pattern, is in the book. So yeah, here it is. And one thing about the book, I'm going to go into the new patterns. There are 4 new patterns in the book. There is a toe-up pattern, the toe-up socks, easy ankle socks, helical socks, and seeds of color. Those are the 4 new patterns in the book. And then there are 4 repeated patterns. And I really hesitated with including old patterns, not old, but pre-released patterns in the book, worrying that some people would feel like, oh, why aren't there any more new ones, et cetera, et cetera. But the fun part is they are, yes, they're pre-released patterns. However, one big feature in the book is instructions to convert socks from top down to toe up and toe up to top down. So all of those pre-release patterns are now released with instructions for toe up. I really wanted to give more than just a nod to toe up sock knitters. There's been very little toe up on this channel. It is not my go-to method, but it was really interesting learning and really doing a deep dive into converting patterns. I can do it in my own head. I know how to do it, but it was very interesting taking that information from here to the page. And it was amazing. It was amazing. I learned a lot as a teacher. I learned a lot as a designer. So there's a lot of information in the book on toe-up socks, and I'm going to be doing, starting in the fall, one of the other things I'm really excited about is adding new tutorials here to the channel. They're coming. Toe-up socks, colorwork socks. I'm a little obsessed. I feel like the last few weeks I've been very, very obsessed with colorwork. And I really want to do a very deep dive and a tutorial on that. So there's lots more coming, everybody. Again, it just takes me a little while, but I get there. I definitely get there. So yeah, so back to these helical socks. Here they are. These are, the white is just Malabrigo natural from my stash, and this sort of plummy, purpley kind of pinkish color. It actually looks pink in person. Pinkish purple, I guess, is the name of the dyer is Into the World, but I don't have the band. I don't remember the name of the colorway, which I know is irritating. I apologize. I'm still digging around. If I do, I think Into the World is going to be in Rhinebeck. They usually are every year. And I'm going to try to remember to take the socks with me. They may be able to identify this color, and I'll see if I can still find the band, but this is an Into the World is the Plum, and the natural is Malabrigo sock. But there they are, my little shorties, with a shadow wrap short row heel, rounded toe, contrast. And again, the book is, back to the book, and one time at band camp, and I really wanted the book to be sort of a cut and paste for you. There's a lot of there's different heels, there's different toe options, there's different cast on options, bind off options. So I wanted the book to give you the confidence and instruction and foundation, the education, to create the socks that you want for yourself. So you can knit this pattern with a square heel, with a garter stitch heel, with a heel flap and gusset, with an afterthought heel, with however you want to do it. And that's been the really amazing part, is getting a lot of the information from my head and from the tutorials here on the channel and putting it down on paper. So I'm really proud of how it turned out. I hope that you find it helpful as you knit. And if you are brand new to sock knitting, I hope that it keeps you company as you learn to knit your socks. That's been my goal. I wanted it to feel like you were sitting down with me, and even down to the cover design, I really wanted it to feel like you're sitting on this side of this image and knitting along with me. I wanted it to feel cozy when you opened it and feel like I was knitting along with you. So I really hope that you feel that. I hope that message came across. So yeah, those are my two socks. What else do I have on needles? Let's look at whips for a second. You know what? Let me grab my bag and I will show you what I'm currently knitting. So in terms of whips, this is my latest sock. This was actually my reward to myself. When I sent the last book out, I cast on this sock. Oh my goodness, it's so soothing. These colors are just gorgeous. This is, and I've already started the second, and I'm going to talk about this one in a minute because I'm really excited about this. I visited an old favorite with these socks, and I'll explain in a sec. So this is Echoes. The name of the colorway is Echoes by Mustache Yarn, and this is part of her summer concert colorway series. I don't remember, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember if Echoes is the name of the band or the name of an album. I have no idea. I wasn't really paying attention. I just loved the colorway and ordered it right on the spot, and here it is. So what I did here was a tubular cast on, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. I haven't done a tubular cast on in so long, and it was so much fun. And I did a Dutch heel with a slip stitch heel flap and gusset. There we go. Why? Because I can, because it's all about experimenting, just to see what it looks like, to see how it feels on your foot, just to experiment. Because if you've been here with me on this channel for a while, you know that nothing excites me more than experimenting and trying different combinations. And I did. And I love how it turned out. Now, let's look here. So this is, will that focus? Yes. This is a tubular cast on. And if you look at it, it looks as if the knitting just rolls over the top. Look at that edge, you guys. Oh my goodness. And yes, it does look as if it's flaring slightly, but it doesn't flare when it's on, like when you have it on your leg. And when these are finished, I'll model them for you and see. But look at that cast on. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness. So I did a 2x2 rib. And usually the way the tubular cast on starts, you start with a 1x1, and then you're shifting stitches to get it to to set it up for the 2x2 ribbing. But it starts as a 1x1, then shifts to a 2x2. And then I did one plain round in the gray, and the gray is Gray Gardens by Legacy Fiber Arts. It's such a beautiful, perfect gray. And then I cast on the colorway. I mean, I just, look, just gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it. It's so pretty. So this was my reward to myself. I had another pair of socks on needles, but I don't know where the bag went, and I'm not pausing to go get it. But I did a helical heel. I'm gonna put a picture in for you here. Again, why? Because I was experimenting, and it's so much fun. And I know some of you are gonna say, well, are these techniques and things in the book? The tubular cast on and the helical heel are not. However, there was only so much space in the book to get everything in. I don't know that there is any book out on the market, with the exception of maybe one. I don't know any book that has everything in it. I just think it's physically impossible to put everything relating to knitting, or even narrow it down, even to sock knitting, in one book. There's always gonna be something you find in so-and-so's book has something extra, or that's not in this person's book, and there's things in mine that you may not find in someone else's. So it's just, that's why I'm so grateful for the channel, because then I can share. And there goes a plane. Oh my, wow, that was loud. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, that's why I'm so grateful to have the channel, because there's more that I can share with you. And I don't know, maybe another book down the line? Maybe. Wink, wink, I don't know. People have asked me, my family, my friends, people have said, so now that you've done it, would you do it again? After I submitted the last draft of the book, I would have said, absolutely not. I'm never doing this again. There is no way. But I think my mom says that maybe it's like childbirth. Like you have the first child and it's like, oh my gosh, it's the worst pain in the whole wide world. And then you forget and you do it again. You have another child. So maybe it's similar to that. Similar. I'm not saying the same. But I do have an idea for another one. But that is way down the line. We're not even going to talk about that right now. So what else? What else? That is... We covered book stuff, we covered housekeeping on the website, current whips. Oh my goodness, upcoming events. Again, please go and check the website for upcoming events. They will all be there for you. I did want to talk to you about one amazing event that I did over the summer, and it was just wonderful. So I'm just gonna pause for 1 second because I can see my battery's going, and I'll be right back. Yes, so let's talk about the event. I had the unbelievable pleasure of going to visit the Woolly Thistle in New Hampshire. They're in Lebanon, New Hampshire, and it was my first time there, and I loved it so much. Corrine, if you're Maggie, Corrine, Seth, Mary Beth, if you're watching, what a wonderful time I had. So we had been talking just before the publication of the book of doing an event there, and Corrine, who is the brilliant mind behind the Woolly Thistle, said, well, why don't we do an in-person class and a meet and greet and book signing and everything all at once? Or it wasn't a book signing because the book wasn't out, but like signed book plates and things like that for the book, and just come and see the shop, come and see the store. And I thought, sign me up, let's do it, let's absolutely do it. So we fit it in between getaways with my family, and I was there August 1st. I drove up on the 1st. It was a quick turnaround. I got there on Friday, came home on Saturday. So when I got there Friday, it was welcome to the store, and they had the sign. I'm gonna put all the footage in here for you. And then in the afternoon, and the store was just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And Corrine specializes, the Woolly Thistle specializes in natural fibers, all wool. I don't think very little, if any of it, has nylon in it. So it's all wool, which is sort of how it goes back to my origins with knitting. I was very much of a purist, a bit of a snobby purist, and thought, okay, you can only knit with 100% wool, which has now obviously changed. And I got a little flack for saying that. We did an interview. I also did an interview with the Woolly Thistle, which you can watch on their channel. I will link it in my description box. Corrine and I had a little sit-down chat, and there was a little snippet of it that was posted on Instagram, and some people were gave me a little finger wag about that 100% wool, and not everybody not everybody uses wool, and some people are allergic to it. So if anybody watched that and was put off or offended, I do apologize. That was not my intention at all. And yes, I do acknowledge that not everybody likes wool or can use wool. 100%, I totally get it. I was just sharing my experience and my thought process behind 100% wool, never meant to offend anyone. And that aside, we had a really great time. We really had so much fun. I've been on the Woolly Thistle's Shopcast. They call it a Shopcast, which is a very original name for their podcast. My daughter is trying very hard right now. You know, I'm going to pause. Hold on. Okay, I'm back on now. Disaster averted. My puppy is very naughty and likes to steal things like hair clips and scrunchies and things like that. So anyway, yes, so I've been on their Shopcast twice before, a couple of years ago and then a couple of years before that, but we did it via Zoom. So this was just so much fun to actually be able to sit there and look at each other and laugh, and just, it was so much fun. Kareen is so much fun. We had such a great time. We really, really did. So when I got to the shop, I did a little shopping and saw the store. I saw the shipping area. I saw the warehouse, all of the behind the scenes, and wow, just wow. I was so blown away. It was just so incredibly beautiful. Yeah, so that was amazing. So we did a little bit of that for a bit and then did the Shopcast, which was wonderful. And then we did a meet and greet in the evening, which was also lovely. Gregory, hello. If you're watching, my friend, hi. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I think Denise was also there. Hi, Denise, if you're watching too. And then we went to dinner and we had so much fun. It was just the two of us being Denise and Kareen and knitters and business owners and just chatting. We had such a great time. We laughed the whole time. We really, really did. It was so wonderful. And then the next day I taught a class. I taught Sock Heels 101 there were 12 people in the class. I think 12 people in the class. And so much fun. It was my first time teaching in person again in a really long time. I haven't taught an in-person class in ages. I taught once out in Long Island with, I used to work in a yarn shop many, many moons ago, so I taught a class, but the last sock class that I did in person was in New Jersey with Frame and Fiber with Paige Miller, and this is all very much pre-pandemic. And before that, I taught with Vogue Knitting Live down in the city, down in Manhattan, January, I think of 2019. I think it was 2019 that I taught. And then the following year, the world shut down. And I mean, we all know the rest of the story. So I just haven't, but I've been teaching online. I do tutorials here on the channel, and I've been teaching online, which feels like years now, and I've gotten very, very comfortable with it. So I was a little anxious. I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, to teach in person. But once I started talking, it just all went away. I had a really fun tech setup that I had never done before. And so that was really fun. My neighbor's son helped me figure that all out in person. And I also did a really amazing lesson with Mika, who is Salt and Stone Knits. I think she's Salt and Stone Knits. I'll put her information here on the screen. She's an amazing, Mika, if you're watching, you're so amazing. And I'm so grateful to you for how much you've taught me about the technology. I'm so, so grateful. And so many people have played a part in helping me on this journey and holding my hand through certain things and walking me through things. And did you remember to do this? And did you remember to ask for that? Or you need to do this before you can do that. And I'm so grateful. Mika and Patty Lyons and Jamie Lomax and Julianne Leboutillier, I think I said it right. They've all been just so helpful with this process, and I'm really, really grateful. There are many, many others who've come along on this journey with me. I've been on a very steep learning curve, and I'm very grateful for all of their help. So grateful to Corrine for having me in her store and welcoming me back to that world of teaching in person. Thank you, Corrine. And I'm very happy to say one of the many things that I bought, we won't talk about how much, we won't talk about how much I bought while I was there. But one of the things I did buy when I was there, actually I didn't, this was gifted to me, was this absolutely beautiful sock kit. And it's very crinkly because it's still in the bag, but look at that, you guys. Oh my goodness. There's so many. There's John Exmoor in here, Lichen and Lace. This is, I forget which company. You know what? I'm not going to take them all out. There is Rambler. Oh, sorry, I know it's noisy. There is Rambler in here. Rambler is the house yarn for the woolly thistle. I mean, look at that, just gorgeous. And this is, hold on, 100. This is Dorset, Corriedale, and Romney. I think I'm saying that right. Hold on, we just move the, yep, and Romney. So it's an 80-10-10 blend, no nylon at all. So it's Dorset, 80% Dorset, 10 Corriedale, and 10 gray Romney. It's 420 yards, 100 gram skein, and this comes in many, many, many beautiful colors. I've got quite a few skeins. They had a gorgeous sock there that I want to duplicate. But this is their house yarn, and it's just beautiful. So I'm going to tuck this back into the bag here, into the kit. And the fun part is to kick off. And it comes with a little bag, which is here, and a Notions little Notions tin and stickers. It's such an amazing kit, a set. So I was gifted that one and given one to do a giveaway here on the channel. I don't do nearly enough giveaways here on the channel, but I got some tips and tricks on how to handle that too. So I'm gonna share that in the next episode. This is just my sort of getting my feet wet and back on the channel. I will share that with you. She had two versions, a warm version and then a cool version. So the warm, I had the warm, and I'm gonna be giving away a cool version. So you'll see what that looks like. But stay tuned for a giveaway here on the channel. That's gonna be coming right at the beginning of September. New tutorials. Now that I'm no longer writing a book, and knitting samples. I will hopefully be back here on the channel a little bit more. There's a lot to share. I'm so looking forward to it. We will be doing the Falling Leaf Sock Cal. That's going to start maybe middle to end of September. I'm going to have a new mini bundle set from Legacy Fiber Arts on my website as well. So there's lots of things coming, you guys, lots and lots of things coming. There may even be a new colorway from Woolens and Nosh. We have to wait and see about that too, but there are things going on behind the scenes. Lots of things behind the scenes. So stay tuned. I'm so happy that I got to be here with you. My family's been as quiet as possible to let me do this. The light is holding. I am so happy. And this really feels kind of cozy back here. So we may be here from time to time just for a little change of scenery. Welcome back to the EarthtonesGirl Channel, everybody. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I will see you all again really, really soon. Any comments, questions, anything, leave it down in the comment section, and let's chat, let's catch up. Thanks, everyone. Ooh, my voice is dying. Time for me to stop talking. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you all soon. Mwah. See you again.